Here it is. Supergirl. Dun, 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 dun. Now, what's going on with Supergirl, right? What's happening in this whole layout and that's been presented to the rest of the world? Well, of course, you got everyone's favorite smoking cigar man, Lobo, is showing up, played by Jason Momoa. Kind of looking like Game of Thrones. And James Gunn is not directing this movie, but one of his disciples, Craig Gillespie, is doing it. Now, you see the opinion on the newspaper, and it kind of shows that Supergirl is basically from this onset. Oh, yeah, it's Blondie Call Me that was in American Gigolo. But as you can see right here, they got Superman gets the main story. Superman saves town from nuclear reaction. Meanwhile, Supergirl rescues cats. She gets the small little thing in there from the Daily Planet. Like, they don't like Supergirl. And you can tell they hate her. They think she's just useless. She uses her powers to do absolutely the bare minimum or nothing. This is a reference to Superman saving cats out of trees. And it's a reference to that, but it just reflects that they don't like her because she's not like Superman. Superman basically is, the people first. She just gets drunk, just doesn't care about anything, still traumatized by her loss of her family and the people there. See, she wasn't a baby like Superman was. He has no history, no recollection of Krypton whatsoever. She was there when all hell broke loose. And she got to witness basically two apocalypses, which you're going to find out in this movie. Because you guys don't read comic books. Now, she can get drunk under a yellow sun. It just takes a lot of liquor. A lot of liquor. So she goes to places with red suns so she can get off Earth because everybody hates her here. And this is basically a taxi service that takes you through the universe, like a universal taxi. And she does this after this girl, she comes in and helps out of nowhere, who's grieving her family loss. Supergirl comes in and helps her as an enemy comes in named Krim, who's the villain of the movie, is ruthless. And we see Jason Momoa, like I told you before, as Lobo. First shot of him, which will excite the fans because they thought that, that's who he was going to be playing the first time around. But he ended up getting Aquaman. And now, in this movie, well, yeah, you can see all the songs and stuff that he put together. Classic movie. Well, the thing is, there's a misdirectional play that's happening here. They're trying to take your attention away and get you involved in all of this. Now, when Krypton exploded, in which they're showing here, is that there was a barrier by her father, Zor-El, who put a border around Krypton. Yes, tonight we're watching the remake of Silent Night. And we'll be doing a review for that tonight. Mm. Mm-hmm. No, Argus City is where she's from. Her father put that border up and they lived under there. And while he was under there, still Kryptonite was able to get into the barrier. And some of that radiation from the Kryptonite ended up giving them cancer. So her mother died from cancer, then the father started getting sick and was dying from cancer. And that's when he sent Supergirl to Earth. So that's what you're going to see here. Now, in the comics, Krim shoots her with an arrow because where she goes and runs into Krim at, Krim can hurt her. There's no it's like a red sun almost over there. So she don't have the powers that she has when she's on, you know, and only in certain areas do she go. But if she goes to areas with a red sun, she don't have her superpowers. So Krim hurts her and steals her ship, shoots her with an arrow, and poisons the dog, which is really going to make him disgusting to the people that's watching it. That Krypto, the super dog, is going to be isolated in this movie, pretty much, down for the count. But in the original comic, she used this as a ploy. She knew Krypto was going to be okay, but she made this girl that she's trying to help deal with the grief. Supergirl wanted to help her. But in this comic, it seems like, well, in this film, it seems like Supergirl is going to be dealing with a whole different aspect of trying to not just get her to do something, but she needs to heal herself. So it's like they're going to be healing each other. So far, what I think of the film, I haven't seen it yet. So I automatically, I don't like the character. Like, I don't like her. Like, the character of Supergirl, I don't like her. I don't like the direction they've taken her, making her this drunk and all of this. It's just like, and then, I'm just not thrilled about this film. Well, in the comic, she makes this girl believe that Krypto's gonna die unless they find Krim, and she needs her help to find Krim. But she really doesn't need her help. She can find Krim on her own. And Krim, she can find Krim. She can do whatever she wants with Krim. She can get the antidote. Krypto is gonna be fine the whole time. She just wanted this girl to focus on dealing with her grief and getting over it. But something she clearly hasn't done in this movie. Yes, you see Krypton getting destroyed, and you see that barrier. That's Argus City, where they put the barrier over their city, so their city was able to survive after Krypton blew up and split up from all the radiation. Now, from all the radiation that they had received during that said time, things started to change. And I mean dramatically. Not really. This is just the surface. Krim could be just the beginning, but this is going to set up Man of Tomorrow. So her being pretty much the only survivor left from the city of what was on Krypton that's floating through space as just a chunk of rock that's left. Well, this is going to change everything because now there might be other survivors from Krypton that they just haven't known. Superman thought he was the lone survivor. So we're going to go more into this message of Jor-El as why he sent him there to rule, which I don't know why they took that angle, knowing what happened here. So, yes, all the comic book antics that you see here are deliberate. She's going to fly into the sun in the comics. I don't know if they're going to have that in the original format, but yes, it's something that they should definitely look into. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't give it a rating yet, but my interest is about a 2 or 3, only because I just want to see what they do with Lobos, how they set up the Superman movie. But for Supergirl, her character didn't, her introduction, and she's coming off as a drunk, and just her arc right now is at an all-time low of likability. So I don't like the character. So it's like, well, how are we looking at her as a superhero and getting behind Supergirl when we see her in her introduction as a very unlikable person? It's kind of like making a show after Tariq in Power Book 2 when you like, he's unlikable. As a character, he's very unlikable. So I don't see the point. It's like he killed ghosts. I don't like him. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just old fashioned. Well, it could be something. We have to wait and see. Welcome to Derry is it's gonna change a lot. It's just a matter of time, but yes, it's gonna change a lot than what we believe, what we didn't think. But as far as the Superman lore, um, with the Paramount and what's his name, the lawsuit, well, goes in different directions. It's no real lawsuit. It's just an antitrust thing. It's not going to try to stop the sale of Warner Brothers. It's not going to happen. They're going to do. Sale will be completed. Paramount will own Warner Brothers. And once that happens, all the DC properties and everything, Paramount's going to have total control. Now, Netflix, who had their deal with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, they wanted to do their due diligence of bringing back Black Adam and doing Black Adam versus Superman with Henry Cavill's Superman. That was what was supposed to be on the table in the Netflix deal. James, oh, sorry about that. James Gunn's universe was still going to take place. It's just a whole different onset. Yeah, well, when people do things they don't consider to be a problem, this is kind of the reasons why, you know? James Gunn didn't direct this film. Craig Gillespie, and Gillespie's style is similar to James Gunn. It has a James Gunn feel to it. This is like one of his buddies. So he says, "Oh, I know Craig can direct this thing. I don't have to be there. I'll just produce it." So when he chose to do that, that's the way they decided to move. I don't think he's destroying DC. I like Peacemaker. I like the direction they're going, but as far as Supergirl, I know what they're trying to build up to, and it could pay off. You're actually getting to see characters that you never got to see under the other DC universe. Hell, I saw Superman fight a kaiju. Never saw that before. Well, Kryptonite is pretty much gamma oriented, like the radiation. So Kryptonite is basically just a radiation form. It's just that the scales of Kryptonite here in the United States or Earth, it don't affect the humans. But for the Kryptons, it's deadly to their biological structure. Which is weird, is that they can reproduce with us, but kryptonite don't bother us, it bothers them. It doesn't just take away their powers, it kills them. Because of their cell structure and our yellow sun combined gives them those powers. They don't do that on their planet. It's not like all of them are flying around in Krypton. But they're quite aware of what it happens to them when they do travel. Because they traveled the universe. So they've been to other places where the sun was yellow, their powers were increased. So Jor-El knew where he was sending his son, and he knew the effects and told him everything what was going to go down. You won't be like them. You will be stronger than them. You'll be faster. You know, like he told him all of this is a baby. So now the whole world's going to find out what's going on. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Yep. So I'm gonna watch it, but I'm just not over the moon excited about it. Scarlett Johansson in Batman 2. I don't think she needs to be there. Who is she playing? Oh, her playing Catwoman? No, Catwoman is fine. Catwoman is not even going to be in the second film. No, Deathstroke is going to be the quieted villain of the film. Slade Wilson. You see, what's going to end up happening is the fact that Slade is going to basically try to hunt down Batman. Now, that was in there, but the Court of Owls is going to get involved in this, and it's going to be a whole unveiling of things to come. Yeah, but you got to understand that Batman is not connected to this Superman James Gunn universe. This is its own thing. So the Joker might appear at the end of this one, but he's not the main villain. Yeah, he's still going to be in Arkham Asylum in this one, but this one's going to be like a personal attack on Batman, because Batman was like a hero of Gotham. But now it's time that Slade is trying to destroy his image and destroy and frame him and make him look like the villain in the whole city. That Batman wants to control Gotham, and you're going to see the Penguin now that he's mayor. You're going to see how the Court of Owls and everyone else with Penguin running the city, and they're going to push him to mayor, and how he's going to manipulate everyone in that whole organization to go against him. Yeah. I mean, it was good. It just wasn't outstanding, you know? There's a difference between good and outstanding, and it was just good. All right. Exactly. We're told one thing about Hugo Strange, and next thing you know, Deathstroke ends up being the main villain of the film. And that's what I believe he's going to be. The Penguin is in the film, but he's the mayor. He's going to win the mayor, win the election, and the Court of Owls is going to be making these moves against uh, against Batman, because he's ruining and he's trying to unveil things and expose with his investigations. He's going to be exposing the corruption that's still going on, because now that the city have went through this tragedy and everything has happened in the wake of all of the things that went down. The mayor got shot, the black woman that ran for mayor, and now Penguin's gonna run for mayor, and now this new regime of the city, people are trying to fight to take over to rule it now. After the whole city's been flooded out, Penguin's gonna rise to power by going into the office, but the Court of Owls are making sure he's protected. So it's gonna be more cerebral than Deathstroke is gonna be pretty much called in to try to come in and take care of Batman. Now, a lot of this is going to have to do with his daughter. And I believe Deathstroke's daughter dies. And he's going to blame Batman for it, but it was really the Court of Owls that had his daughter killed, and they blamed it on framed Batman for it. And he's on a mission to kill Batman no matter what. But yeah, let me get going here. I got stuff I got to do. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.